Hi everyone, Uday Meirav here, founder and CEO of Calibrebiometrics, and here today to talk to you about anaerobic respiration and anaerobic metabolism. We get asked a lot the question of whether Calibre is able to measure the anaerobic threshold. So let's take a step back now, explain what that is, and then I can answer the question. So anaerobic metabolism is a natural mechanism by which the body generates energy temporarily without access to oxygen. And this kicks in when the effort level is very high and the lungs simply cannot provide enough oxygen fast enough to the muscles to keep up with the demand for energy. And that's when anaerobic metabolism kicks into gear and provides additional energy by breaking down sugars without properly burning them with oxygen. This can only be done for a short while, but is a very important part of how we deal with high effort and high stress. Now, the question is, how do you know when you are in an anaerobic mode? And Calibre can be very effective in this. But one of the questions we get asked a lot is whether Calibre can be used to measure exactly the transition point, the anaerobic threshold, across a spectrum of effort levels. And the answer to that is Calibre by itself is not designed to do that. And let me explain why. In order to measure the anaerobic threshold, typically what you do in a sports laboratory is you get on a treadmill and you increase the effort level, the speed or the slope, while monitoring the breath. And you look for inflection points in the production of CO2 and the consumption of oxygen that will be the indicators of that threshold. Calibre can measure, of course, the oxygen consumption and the CO2 production, but it is not designed to manage the progression of the treadmill speed, and therefore is not really the tool you would use to conduct a whole anaerobic threshold test. However, you can use the Calibre and its the data that it produces to get an indication of whether or not your body is in an anaerobic mode. And we'll talk about that in more detail in a future video.